Well, hello all. So, a little too drizzly, too windy, and a bit overcast outside. So we'll do the video inside. So there's been a new outbreak of greenhouse gas. This time it's nitrous oxide. It is leaking out of the Siberian permafrost up in Russia. Now, nitrous oxide is the third most important greenhouse gas behind CO2 and methane. Nitrous oxide is over 300 times more powerful than CO2. So at the beginning of this new study up in Russia, they found that the nitrous oxide has always been leaking out of the Siberian permafrost. It was at a low rate and nothing that they were too worried about. But now the rate has increased to high. This is a problem, and there's not a damn thing humans can do about it, other than get out of their vehicles and stop using so much fossil fuel in whatever way they can to try and keep the permafrost from melting. Another problem with the Arctic permafrost is fires are now burning on top of the permafrost and melting it from the top down. Unfortunately, this process has accelerated by 60% since the 1950s. So far, fires have burned over 3% of the Arctic landscape. As we know, the loss of the permafrost, wherever it is on the planet, is a catastrophe for our planet. Methane by the tons will be pouring out, along with CO2 and nitrous oxide. These three greenhouse gases can very easily tip the scales to a 3-degree warming on our planet. Could you imagine trying to live on that, especially if it all of a sudden did it at one time and caused a catastrophe of unbelievable amounts? We'll see what happens. I'll keep us updated on the nitrous oxide leaking out of the permafrost up in Russia. Now, on another subject, the tornado outbreak here in the U.S. and the Midwest. Now, I've been saying all along that the storms are getting stronger and stronger and more powerful and more frequent. And this is a good example of that. Tornadoes this time of the year is kind of unusual. And it just shows you that hot-cold section where the low pressure pours into the high pressure. It causes this horrible hot-cold situation which breeds tornadoes. And the more we warm up, the more this will happen. Yesterday I had to go and deal with a very sad situation. I mean, yesterday I drove a rental vehicle that was a hybrid, and it would shut the engine off and start it every time and I was in stop and go traffic for quite a while, and the engine just kept going on and off, on and off. I thought, boy, that's really bad, because it used to be a theory that every time you started your car, you put out more pollution. Has that been resolved? I haven't heard that it has, but it was a rental car that was a hybrid. Now, whether it didn't seem like we saved much gas, really, honestly. It seemed like it used up quite a bit of gas, but I don't know how big the tank was. So, with that, I appreciate all the ups, the downs, the new subscribers, and definitely your comments. Read every one of them, always do. And until next time.